about that. Last time it just worked like, I don't know what
That's
happened.
okay. I'm on my phone. Hold on. Let me just try to get it stable here. I
That's
tried to do
completely
it on my
fine.
iPad. It wasn't working, so I'm going to see if I can just like prop it up here.
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully it works. Does it work? Perfect. This is good.
Yay!
This is good. So thank you so much for joining me today. For those who have just joined, I am doing this month's inspiring figure, and I wanted to talk to Maria, the wonderful Maria today. I don't want to like say all the things I know about her yet, because I know everything about you. I love everything that you've been doing. So
Thank you.
so I'm gonna just go to you, and then I'll prompt you with some questions. So,
Yes.
firstly,
It's working.
yes, it's fabulous.
Okay.
Fantastic.
No. Okay.
So, hi Maria. Could you just quickly say where you're talking to us today? Because I'm actually in the UK, so I think it's really interesting to know where everyone's talking from. So.
I love it, and I love the fact that you're in the UK and I'm here in Vancouver, Canada, which is on the West Coast. We're in Pacific Standard Time. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, but I have been up since 5 a.m.
God, really? Is that a daily thing that you have?
Yeah,
That's amazing. I really respect that, because I remember when there was it was last year, I was really consistent with my 5 a.m.s, and I've just started trying to get back into that routine. But definitely, you get more stuff done. You just feel great. So go you. So
I've been on a Saturday, like today's Saturday. And,
I know, yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna sleep in on a Saturday, but I go to bed very early as well, Pauline. So it's like I easily be asleep by 8 o'clock or 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is kind of embarrassing.
No, it's not.
But when you want to achieve big things in your life, and when you're super passionate about what it is that you're doing, it's like Steve Jobs says, like the vision pulls you. So it's like, I don't have to force myself out of bed. I swear, people think, yeah, sure, you probably have to put on 10 alarm clocks. And I literally, I'm just up. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? Well, I'm so excited about my work. And so that's, when you find that, that's really key.
That's so spot on. I think it is that like once you have that motivational drive, and then it sort of translates to your biological clock, and then suddenly you're up. I had that last year, and I need to get it back. So that's really inspiring. I'm already inspired.
When I was your age, I used to sleep in, I think, till noon. So you
really
have some time.
I'll have some time. I have some time to catch up. So could you just quickly introduce yourself, because I haven't introduced you yet, but you're a wonderful woman, because you already wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I'm just saying hi to everyone. Hi, oh gosh, there's a lot of people that are joining us live. I also sent an email to my list as well. So
awesome.
Yay! And then I did a post on my Instagram live, or Instagram story. So this is the actual first Instagram live interview that I'm doing. So thank you so much, Pauline. It's exciting. Yay! I mean, I think I watched my son do it, but my son is 12. It wasn't an interview. He was just talking to his friends. And I said, that is so cool. How do you do that? He's like, oh, Mom. So I think this is a great platform. Thank you for inviting me. So for those of you that don't know me, hello, thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and type in the comments where you're from, because obviously this is a global community, and it's so cool to see where everyone is tuning in from. I'm in Vancouver, BC. I'm the founder of the Ladies Who Lunch Network, which is a global community of women in business, in entrepreneurship, really a global community of women wanting to live out their dream, and others we just support each other. That's all we do, Pauline. We support each other.
That's amazing.
Oh my God, Kuwait. Isn't that awesome?
Incredible.
Oh my God, I love it. So yeah, LWL Network, it stands for Ladies Who Lunch. It's a very cheeky term, and it's not like the old adage of Ladies Who Lunch is like, these women sitting around and spending their husband's money and not having a job. And that's the old adage, right? The old saying, but we are nothing like that. We're an empowered group of women that really want to make something of their own, on their own, stand on their own 2 feet, be independent, and support one another in doing that. And we call it the LWL Network, which is short for Living a Life Without Limits. And that's really the motto of the network, LWL.
That's incredible. I didn't know that's what it stood for actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like that's amazing. Is that just like a local thing, like where you are, or is it more like is it everywhere? What is it
It's
like?
everywhere. It's everywhere. It's all over the world. So, I mean, I'm in Vancouver. That's where I'm based right now. However, one sec.
Oh, just a second, guys. Okay.
I'm back.
Yeah,
Can you see
welcome
my
back.
face?
Yes, I can.
How come I can't see my face?
Oh, that happens. That happens sometimes. That really happens. I think it will eventually come back, I promise.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm on my mobile, I got
Yeah.
like a message and I went to swipe up. Don't
Yeah.
do that, people. And if you do that, it's stalled now and I don't know what I look like. So
No, you look
yeah,
fabulous, trust me.
let me know if there's any spinach in my teeth or anything like that, right? So, Pauline, your question was the network is global. It's a global community. I'm based in Vancouver, but we have just over 200 members from all over the world. And the vision behind the community was always for it to be a global community. So if anyone is listening, we do have the live events in Vancouver, but we have an online platform where we connect. We have trainings, we have monthly trainings from all the different members within the network
Wow.
because each member has their own area of expertise, their own specialization, and it's always been my mission to share the knowledge with everyone. It's all about collaboration. It's all about sharing what we know and helping each other. So there's a number of benefits. Most of them are online, but we do have the live events in Vancouver, and we are currently looking for LWL ambassadors. So if anyone out there
Oh,
is interested, yeah, if anyone is interested and would like to, host a small event in their city, the events range from those big fancy hat events, which I'm sure you've seen on social. And at first when we did the events, people were like, "Oh my God, Maria, I don't even know. I don't even think I have anything to wear to your event. In fact, I don't even think I own a hat." So, it like the pictures were really fancy, and it wasn't until they actually came to the event and they're like, "Oh my God, girl, this is like nothing like how you portray on social. Like we expected you to be snobby and like we were really scared to come and very intimidating." And I thought, "Oh, that's not good." So we started introducing more casual events. So like we'll do She's in Biz workshops, we'll do coffee with the ladies, mixers, just, more casual environment. And you don't
casual.
have to wear your hat all the time. Right, Pauline?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Wow. So like I just wanted to step back a bit and just like learn more about like your career journey and how you got here because you're seriously like focused and I love that. That's really inspired me. I think like I'll have to chat to you about like being an ambassador or something because seriously
Oh, I love
right up
it.
my street. Right up my street. So yeah, could you just quickly just talk me through like your career journey from like school to university and like what you did because I'm genuinely
Totally.
interested to see where
Yeah.
you went to.
Like you're very young. You're probably in your 20s, right?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you're
22, so
Yeah, 22, exactly, yeah.
yeah.
So my background is education. I graduated from the University of British Columbia with a Bachelor of Arts. It was in French and Spanish, totally unrelated. And I thought, what am I going to do with a Bachelor of Arts in French and Spanish? I thought about law school, and my dad, who was paying for my university, my parents, who were paying for my university education, said, "How many years is it to be a lawyer?" I said, "Well, at least 4." They're like, "Okay, what else can you do?" I'm like, "Well, I could be a teacher as well." They're like, "Teacher's good. How many years for the teaching program?" I said, 1 year. They're like, "Teacher, we'll pay for you to be a teacher." No, but teaching was something I really enjoyed. So I went into the teaching program and I have a Bachelor of Education in secondary ed. So I used to be a high school teacher. That's what I taught, French
Wow.
and yeah, in the high school
Wow, that's
system.
really marries well then, yeah.
Yes. I did that for 5 years. I was very young. I was 23 when I started, so just like you.
Yeah,
Yep. And I was
really.
doing what we call grade 12 here, which is they were probably 17 or 18 years old. So that's quite
Wow.
not
Yeah.
age gap. So I was very strict and I was like, I had to make sure that they took me very seriously, right? So I don't think I smiled for the entire year. I was just like very stern,
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I remember I used to go into the teachers' lounge and the teachers would be like, "No, no, 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 this is only for students. Like you're not allowed in here." I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher here." So you know, 'cause
Really?
yeah, and that was fun. But anyways, I left the teaching profession to start my own school. So that's where the entrepreneurial spirit came in. And you know, I remember saying to my mom, I was your age. No, I was 28 when I started the school. I did 5 years of teaching in high school. I said, I want to start a school. She's like, what are you
Wow.
talking about? You're already a teacher. What do you mean start a school? That, you know, somebody stop her. Like, what is she thinking? So I started an international English as a second language school in downtown Vancouver for
Yeah.
international students. And most of our our students came from Korea, Mexico, and Japan. Those were our primary markets,
Wow.
and we taught English. It was so fun. I learned so much. Like, I didn't have a business background or anything like that, right? I was a teacher, but I learned by doing, and that's the best. I think that's the best way. So after the school, I did a teacher training center with my sister Joanna, where we formulated a curriculum to teach people how to teach English. Then I got pregnant with my son. I was married, and I got my real estate license because I was bored. I was pregnant, and I was like,
Wow.
what am I going to do? And I said, real estate is good because it allows me a lot of flexibility. I can, you know, be a mommy. I can still spend time with my son, but I can still, you know, make an income and do what I love. And so I've been in real estate for 12 years. This is my 13th year. And
Wow.
Ladies Who Lunch Network was born 5 years ago as a passion project, you know, through my own story, Pauline. And I'm not sure how much you know, but the book talks a little bit about it. I don't know what you can see here in the frame because I can't see myself still. All I
Oh,
see
I
is a
can see. We can see the book. We can see the book.
right? Girl with a Plan talks a little bit about my story. Really, I went from living a very privileged life and being married to a very influential and powerful family here. And, you know, to make a long story short, that fell apart very, very tragically and drastically one day. And I really went from living in this beautiful you know, dream life to basically being homeless. And what I mean by homeless, I wasn't on the street, but I had to move into my mom's apartment, a very small apartment. I had to sleep on her couch. My son was 2. And through my own story and my challenges, I wanted to let women know that you are not your circumstances and you can rise above them, which I did. And so my journey, I want my journey to be an example of, you know, where I was and where I am today and how others can do the same. And so that's one of the reasons I wrote the book, Girl with a Plan. And it talks about mindset strategies, law of attraction, goal setting, and
Yeah.
productivity. Yeah, and I published it this year. It just came out in May. So I'm going to send you a copy. You have to provide me your
Oh
email.
my
But for
God, I
those,
would love to. Yeah.
yes, of
That was
course.
amazing. That was actually my next question because
Okay.
I was like looking through it and I was like, this is like right up my street, and I didn't know that that was like the story behind it. That's so amazing. I mean, like I have a lot of years to go. I'm quite young, but I've had like my fair share of like awful things happening to me and like rising above them, and I have also you know, written about it in my blog and everything, but
Yeah.
you know, whenever I hear other women talk about their struggles who are a lot older than me and have a bunch of different experiences, I'm seriously even more inspired. I know that I can like get through any failure, any adversity or anything. So that's amazing. I need a copy of that. So
With the right
ASAP.
mindset.
Definitely
Right,
with the
Pat,
right mindset.
like with the right mindset, right? Because like we all will go through struggles, we all will go through our own kinds of challenges, whatever that may look like. But I guess at the end of the day, it's about how we react to what's happening to us. That's really the key. Actually, one of the chapters in the book is the power is in the response. It's kind of one of my favorite chapters, but
Wow,
they're really
really?
impactful little tips and strategies that you can basically turn to any chapter and read it and say, okay, this is my lesson for the day, you know?
Yeah,
So
that's
pretty
amazing.
cool.
When did you start writing it?
So that was last year. The book took 9 months. That's it. I see like a
Took nine
baby. It took
months.
9 months to be born.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And where can people get it? Is it
Yeah.
international? Could
So
people
we'll
get?
drop the link. It's girlwithaplanbook.com. Girlwithaplanbook.com. That's it.
Awesome. So everyone listening who wants a copy ASAP, like me right now, type it in, go get it, because I want one right now. So I just wanted to quickly go back to like your community with you know, Ladies Who Lunch and LWL. What do you think your best event has been to date?
Say that again, hun. Sorry,
What do you
I
think?
packed out.
It's fine. What do you think your
Yes.
best event has been to date?
Oh
Your like
gosh,
best event?
I think the um, the lunches and the inspirational lunches and the workshops for business have all been really fun. But I would say the funnest and most, for me, impactful and fulfilling event was one called Shop for Hope. And that was when it was when there was a tsunami happening a few years ago, and there was a crisis, and I got all the women together and I said, you know what, we need to do something. I know it's 2 weeks before Christmas, but we need to do something. And people said, oh, Maria, it's Christmas. Everyone's busy and no one's going to have time to do this event. And I said, yeah, but isn't that the whole point of Christmas? To help people and to help others less fortunate, you know? It's not about buying gifts and wrapping them and making sure the turkey's all whatever the case may
Yeah,
be. But Shop for
yeah.
Hope was our powerful and fulfilling event for me. And it was really, we just, we asked women in the network to donate their clothes, and we did a shopping party, and all the proceeds were donated to CMAT, which is the Canadian Medical Assistance Team that was on the ground for when the tsunami happened. And that was like the most fulfilling event for me.
That's literally just warms my heart right up. Wow, that's amazing. Well done for doing that. Wow.
Thanks.
I want to cry now. I'm in an emotional state.
Don't cry.
So another thing is like, because I love doing like running community events and having like a community. I've done it a lot in the tech world. So I think you might have mentioned it like briefly. How did you start this whole community? Like, did you do it by yourself, or like where did it like come about?
Yeah. So that's a really good question, because that's a question I get asked all the time, right? How did you do this? Like, how did you start? And of course, it just started with an idea, right? And that's where it all starts. But the problem is, what happens is we can have a ton of ideas, right? Oh my God, I've got an idea for this, and I've got an idea for that. And that sometimes is the easy part, like, or, you know, especially for people like us who are very creative, right? I'm
Yes,
sure you come up with a ton of
so many
ideas.
ideas. Yeah.
like, like every day, oh my God, I got an idea. But sometimes I call myself an idea generator. But you know, having an idea is not enough, right? You really need to take action to make that idea a reality, and that's one of the reasons I packaged everything that I know, and like basically all the steps that I go through every time I have an idea. It's like, okay, if I want to make this happen, these are the things that I need to do. And I want to invite everyone that's listening, Pauline, if we want to drop the link or on your blog later.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's a free presentation to answer exactly what you just said. Like, how do you take an idea and make it into a reality? Like, where does the
Wow.
idea come from? And then how do you actually, like, what are the steps to execute the idea? And ideatoreality.co is the free presentation. I talk mostly about using techniques of the law of attraction and mindset techniques, because that's really the foundation for everything. When I started the network, I was very clear on my why. So that really is the key. It's like, why do you want to do what you want to do? Like, what is, thank you for all the love, Victor, by the way. Hello. What is it that you want to do? Like, and why do you want to do it? Like, you can't just say, oh, because I want to make a whole bunch of money. Like, I hear this online stuff is really cool and I want to make money doing it. That's not a good place to start. Like, you have to start backwards. It's like, there's actually questions you can ask yourself. They're in the book as well. Like, to discover your passion, because people say to me, well, how do I know what I'm good at? Like, how do I know? And I say, you know what, first of all, if you're doing something and it's like hours pass and you forget to eat and you forget to wash your hair and you don't know what time it is, you're on the right path.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. I can definitely relate to that. Oh my God.
You're on the right path. But also, Pauline, it's like, what do people always ask you about? Like, what do people come to you for? What do people always say? Like, oh my God, Pauline, you're so good at that. How do you do that? Or how can, you know, so there's certain things you can ask yourself, but you have to really be clear about why it is you're doing what you're doing. For me, it's like, my mission is to inspire women to live out their dream, whatever that looks like, and not to rely on anyone else, like for their happiness and particularly their financial freedom. This is key,
Yeah.
right? And through my own story, I share how to do that. And you're not going to know the how. Like, Pauline, like, I'm sure you've got a ton of ideas, but in the end, you're like, oh my God, but how do I make this happen? Like, how? You know, when we have a big dream, the how is not really going to be present at the beginning, right? The most important thing is you need to take that first step. And then like the first step will lead to the second and the third, and then so on and so on. And then, you know, the people and the circumstances and all the learnings eventually fall into place. And that's how you move forward. But many people get stuck because they've got the idea and they say, I don't know how to make this happen. Forget it. Like, there's no. So
that's amazing. Wow. And then that's just, you sort of just applied that and then created Ladies Who Lunch and LWL, and that happened. That's amazing.
One step at a time. The first event was in 2013, 5 years ago. It was just supposed to be a one-time event. The theme was, I chose a theme, the secrets to success. I chose 3 inspirational speakers. I said, ladies, speak on this topic. And we had a fashion show, and we had lunch, and we had networking, and people said, this is amazing. This event was so cool. And they said, well, when's the next one? I said, oh, no, there's no next one. That's really all. Like, that was just a one-time thing. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do something, right? And they're like, oh, no, yeah, you've really got something here. You've got to continue. So, and 40, 50 events later, 5 years later, we're still going, and like I said, we're looking to expand into other cities, and our online communities is incredibly strong. So
that's amazing. I just want to join straight in there. Wow.
Hey, my best friend and I are watching, and we are so inspired. Hey, yay! What a great,
that's what we want.
We're trying to figure out how we can make a difference. I love it, ladies. That's awesome.
Honestly, that's amazing. What you're doing is incredible. Obviously, really impacting a lot of women. And part of like one of the passions I found personally a few years ago was I wanted to help younger girls and girls my age as well, because I feel like growing up, we're all a bit confused. We all don't know what's going on. So I made it sort of like, So I made it sort of one of my missions to help a lot of younger girls, especially into STEM. So I've been doing that for the last 2 years, and every time I get like comments like that one, I just feel it feels like I'm living what I want to do. So yeah, that's amazing that you've been doing that for 5 years now, and it's just made such a huge impact. Straight after we finish this, I'm gonna log in, I'm gonna join this online community. And honestly, it's incredible. I'm so inspired.
So go ahead. Just type the link here to the network. We do offer a free it's now 14-day trial. So really, you have absolutely nothing to lose just by coming in and taking a peek as to what it's all about, right? LWLnetwork.com. I just posted the link there. You can check it out. Whoever is listening, ladies, if you just want to see, hey, you know what is this network all about? Like, what is Maria talking about? How can these women help me? You know, check it out. You have absolutely nothing to lose. And I'm also popping the link in for Idea to Reality. ideatoreality.co, which is the free training for how to 7 steps to make your dream a reality. Really,
that's incredible.
Yeah. Ooh, I love it. We have a lot of women in fashion in the network. We have women in philanthropy, mostly entrepreneurs, but generally women just wanting to support each other to live out their dream, whatever that looks like. That's really the motto of the.
That's incredible. Well, I wanted to.
I'm not. You're like, okay, stop talking.
No, it's because it always breaks every time we talk. So every time one of us talks.
I'm just dropping the link, girl with a plan, right, for the book.
For the book.
And I want to mention, Girl with a Plan book, girlwithaplanbook.com. And I want to mention, you can also download the first 2 chapters free. So if you guys are just curious, what is it about, girlwithaplanbook.com will give you the first 2 connections in Belgium. Actually, I think we do have a member from Belgium. We have members all over the United States, Canada, Greece, which is so cool.
That's a bit, nice.
dying to have an LWL ambassador in Greece. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Absolutely. India, we don't have any ambassadors in India yet. So definitely
Step
would
up,
love to.
everyone. If
Yeah.
anyone knows anyone, definitely get in contact with them.
Yay.
Yeah. I think one of the main things I wanted to ask was, during your university or your like college life and going through education and then going into work and becoming a teacher, what do you think your main like careers advice would be to like, because I know a lot of my followers are in the same boat as me. I've just finished university and I'm going into work now.
Yeah.
I started like my full-time job like 2 weeks ago, and it's been a shock. It's been a shock, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been a shock. But yeah, so what sort of like advice would you give for that sort of time period from, university to work, to careers, and
Mhm.
just being outside of that, safe box of being in education? Because I know, like looking back and reflecting, I'm like, I sort of took university for granted because I feel so safe, so everything is just
Yeah.
perfectly fine because I have a semester to look forward to. But now it's like I have work and it's like just
I know.
what? And then it's my career, like, you know what I mean? So what sort of
Yeah.
advice do you have for that?
I would say like learn as much as you can, right? In I missed a lot of university. Like I didn't go to many classes and I cut a lot of classes and I didn't really take it very seriously, although I managed to get through it. But and I really enjoyed teaching after as well. But they told us that when we graduated, they said in 5 years, 75% of you will no longer be in the profession that you're in right now. And we went, what? Why are you telling us that, right? But it's the truth. I only stayed in teaching or like, as a high school teacher for 5 years. And then life pulled me in a different direction, right? So, and that's okay. So enjoy where you are right now. Be passionate about what it is you're doing, whatever 9 to 5 job you're doing, learn as much as you can. And then if you feel called to do something different, it's okay to change careers. It's okay to change paths. It's okay to have a side hustle and be really passionate about that and try to build that up. But what I do want to say about that, and this is really important, is because a lot of people say, oh, quit your 9 to 5 day job and, go full time into entrepreneurship. But the problem with that is, number one, if you quit your day job, where's your funding going to come from? Let's be honest, people. Unless you have an investor and unless you're willing to take on partners or people that are going to fund your business, you fund your business. I'm completely self-funded. So I work in real estate. Money I make in real estate goes into the network. It goes into my programs. It goes into all of my passion projects, right? So I would say don't quit your day job. I mean, it's important because it funds your business, your passion, the side hustle that you one day want to take full time maybe, right? So learn as much as you can where you are right now. Be thankful for where you are. And there's nothing wrong with working hard and having that side hustle because your business funds you. There's a great book by Lisa Nichols. I have it over there. It's called Abundance Now. She worked 3 jobs and she was a single mommy and she's incredible. Lisa Nichols. I'm going to type it here. Hold on. Pauline, you have to check her out.
Oh my God, I'm
Lisa.
gonna like after this stream, just in case you're new here, what I do is I make sure, just in case you've missed it, I put it on YouTube, I put it on SoundCloud,
Yeah.
and I listen back to the whole clip, and then I write a blog post about it.
Oh my God, this
So,
is going to be on YouTube?
oh
Ah!
yeah, it is. So I'll put all the links and stuff there as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah.
But
Oh,
I definitely agree with everything you've just said. So just wanna like just share my story. Basically, I'm working my 9 to 5 job now, and I've had like a side hustle before it was called a side hustle. It was just a hobby for me.
a hobby.
Yeah, a hobby. For me, it was like blogging and web development. So I've always had that on the side just for fun, just because I loved it. And then I realized that a lot of people get a lot of value from it. And even though like after uni, one of my options that I gave myself was just to work on my entrepreneurship, on my like my own little business of maybe it's like web development, maybe it's just like blogging and all of this stuff. But then I was like, but where's the money going to come from? I need to be
Yeah,
realistic with myself. So
yeah,
that's why I went straight into like looking for a job, and now I have a job, but at the same time I've been like trying to balance, my job and my, side hustles, and make sure at the same time I have my life as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's just so yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I think that it's just much more logical, because you see a lot of people online say, quit your job, just go for it. When
Yeah.
obviously
It's not
it's not
very
that
real.
easy.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's not.
I like how, oh my God, codes. I love that name, by the way. Oh my God, she codes. She says, haha, side hustle. I've never heard of that. That's cool. Yeah, side hustle is really, I mean, something that people do outside of their 9 to 5, And here's the thing, like in the network, we teach women sort of how to take their side hustle full time. So in other words, like, and there's a couple reasons why people don't. Sometimes they feel like there is something they're super passionate about, and then they're stuck in that 9 to 5. And the reason they don't think that they can take that side hustle full time, like they think that it is just a side hustle, it is just a hobby, but there's a reason that you're so passionate about that, right? So
Definitely.
I have to teach them that you can take that full time. We just have to teach you how. We just have
Yeah,
to teach you how. And you know what, Pauline, I'm going to drop another link, and this is like
perfect.
my other program. I only have two, and this is really more, it's called She's in Biz Blueprint. She's in Biz. Sorry, I typed slow because I'm typing with one
It's
finger.
okay.
Blueprint. She's in Biz Blueprint.com. This is for someone that maybe has that side hustle, or like wants to start a business and is like, okay, what the heck is the first step? Like, where do I start? So yeah, that's the She's in Biz Blueprint. It's something I've put together from my own experience and what I've done to start my business, and hopefully it'll help others as well. I know it'll
That's
help others. The whole point.
you've seen it happen, I bet. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's amazing. Definitely, like, just everything you've said is, I definitely agree with it, just because I've had that same experience right now and I'm going through it. And I think, yeah, just being realistic is important.
yeah.
Well, that's amazing advice. Seriously, I'm gonna, straight after this, like I said, I'm gonna write notes and just like go over it again, because I'm honestly so inspired. So that actually like concludes all of my questions, unless anyone else has any questions to ask
Yeah.
the lovely
Let's
Maria.
open up.
And then, yeah, open up
Yeah.
any questions. If anyone has any questions at all, we can chat about that, and then that would be awesome. But how is the weather there? Is it good? That's very British of me to say.
It's so lovely. It's so lovely. Yeah, we're in the middle of summer and it is hot and it's sunny and it's paradise. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same here in the UK. Like, you can't believe it, but we have this heat wave right now that's not ended at all. Like, it started like end of June and it's still going. So I'm graduating. Like, I have my graduation ceremony next
Oh
week.
my
So,
goodness. I
so
saw that. Yes, I saw
yeah,
that on your stories. That's
yeah.
so awesome. I
So
love that.
I'm just really excited for it just to happen.
Oh,
Hopefully, the weather stays, because the UK is
it's gonna
well
be
known.
beautiful. It's gonna be
Yeah,
beautiful. Congratulations, Pauline.
thank
Thank you.
you,
I
thank you.
love Instagram. I'm so happy that we connected. It's a wonderful
I
platform.
know.
The Lizzie T show. Congrats. Awesome. Okay, hold on. What's that other comment? Just trying to scroll here. I tuned in quite late, so I'm missing the point. Oh, that's okay, hon. No, you're not missing the point. We will definitely, I know Pauline is going to repurpose this. She's going to put it into a blog post, and I believe also
Yeah,
YouTube. I don't know.
yeah.
How do you do that? How do you
So
download a live YouTube
so basic
tutorial?
so basically I have like the most technical, talented brother ever, and
Yes,
basically
let me.
he's incredible. So he actually edits like most of my videos. So basically he pulls like this out and downloads it, and then he edits it on like his video editor thing, and he splits it up, because right now it's like
Yeah,
you can watch it on a phone, but then
yeah.
but what he does is he cuts it so it looks like you can watch it on YouTube. It's just incredible. That's actually inspired me. I'm gonna make a video of him making my video somehow.
That would be really cool.
That's
That would
awesome,
be
right? So yeah, so I just want to say to the person, oh my god, she codes, who came in late. So
yeah.
basically, this is a segment I've been doing for the last. It started in 2018, but it was actually just a blog column. So I used to just interview people I found really inspiring. You know, have you ever just sat down with someone for coffee and then afterwards you're like, wow, everyone needs to know about you.
Yes.
You're amazing. So I had a few of those in 2017 and I said I need to have it on my blog. Wrote a few blog posts about them, and then I realized that like not many people like reading long posts about someone. So I was like, why not try and replicate my coffee dates that I have with all these people, but on Instagram? So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And the beauty with that is I could reach more people like yourself, Maria, who are from like different places, like you know, Canada and stuff. So yeah, so that's the point of this. It's called Inspiring Figures, and I just like talking to inspiring figures like Maria. So she's my July inspiring figure.
Yay!
So yeah, that hopefully that answers your question. Is there any other questions? Entrepreneurship.
Oh my God, that's such a great initiative. And ironically, Lunch with Maria fits perfectly because of the cafe comparison. Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hi, Taiwan. I'm going to be, you know what, Pauline, I have to say you've inspired me now to, I interview a lot of women in the network, and I do it in our Facebook group, and I've done it on the Facebook Live. But now, because you've inspired me with this Instagram Live, I'm actually going to invite one of the women from the network and say, hey, who wants to be my guinea pig?
Oh my God, you should definitely try it. Honestly, I think it's, I could talk to you about Instagram like all day, but basically Instagram is such an amazing platform. I've made so many great friends through it. So I definitely think that a lot more people should be having these conversations, should be using like Instagram Live to talk to people, to women, and especially women, because we need more voices about how amazing they are. So I think that's really important. So if no one else has any questions, Maria, could you just quickly tell us where people could find you so people can connect and just social media and stuff?
Well, obviously on Instagram, that's where you found me, and that's probably the easiest. Sometimes though, if you direct message me on Instagram, I apologize, I may not get to the message. There's just so many a day that I often miss them. So I apologize, but best way is if you are in our network, you have direct access to me through our private Facebook group and our online portal. But if you want to learn more about the network, it's lwlnetwork.com. So again, oops, I'm just typing it in right now, lwlnetwork.com. And of course, all of my handles, it's Lunch with Maria. So Lunch with Maria on Instagram, Lunch with Maria on Facebook, Lunch with Maria on Twitter.
Amazing. Oh, wow. I need to tweet about you, actually. I actually already tweeted about you, but I didn't mention you, so I should probably do that. I'll do that right now. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep it to a close, and we're gonna close it off now, just because my battery is about to die.
Okay.
Maria, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for all the inspiration. Like I said to everyone, I'm gonna have this up on YouTube for anyone who's missed it. Feel free to share, because we need to get more voices like Maria out there, because she's amazing. She's been doing amazing things. And then I'll also put it on SoundCloud and write a blog post about it. So stay tuned for that. It'll be on Pauline.com. So yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, Maria, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Keep being incredible.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.